Okay, welcome back. Now we're in the final phase here. This will be the last episode of this phase of Resurrecting the Dinosaurs, the Roundhouse project. And what we got to do now is we got to kind of, I've got some green paint here, and we're going to paint those green parts. Now remember, me telling you the last time, if these pieces, even though molded in green, had not been attached, if this building had not already been built when I got it, and I really didn't want to have to tear it down, you remember me telling you that I would have, gone ahead and spray painted almost everything except for the brickwork. Everything else would have been shot on with the airbrush, or even can spray paint. But since the building has been built, and was already very, much of it very well glued together, there really wasn't any choice in the matter. So what I'm having to do now I've got to come back in and, do a lot of touch-up. Well, that's going to involve using the green paint to cover up any of the, any of the mistakes that I've made, or any of the paint overflow or overbrushing that I did while doing these other colors. And that's why the trim, which is green on this roundhouse, is going to be done using right now I'm going to be using Depot green olive, or whatever it is, Coach green, I'm sorry. I'll be using Coach green on it. I'm using Float Wool product. Okay, I'm using a much smaller brush than I typically have used over throughout getting the rest of this building painted. And of course, basically what you're doing, see, I've got some of the brick red and some of the mortar color on here, and some of the concrete. And what you want to do is you want to come in, you want to get those covered up and get it back. And this can be somewhat time consuming, but of course is well worth the effort. Not every building is going to need, or not every door and window is going to need to have paint put on it. If you want a perfect match, you can do that. But see, a lot of the mismatch in the green paint here will be covered up as we go into the weathering 101 phase of this and actually go to finish up this roundhouse. As you can see, I'm getting this little door here that's on the side of the boiler house. Old roundhouses all had boiler houses for obvious reasons, because everything in there, all the machinery that you would typically find inside a roundhouse, was usually on a belt system and was steam powered, or it was a steam engine that actually drove the belt. Gosh, I guess I should pay attention to my camera a little bit. This window here has a little bit of mess on it. Again, you come in and you just kind of go over what you got to go over. Around these front doors, yeah, you may want to get in here with a good flat green, just like I'm doing. And you may want to paint the doors green, even though, like I said, much of the weathering work that we intend to do in Weathering 101, when we get on over into that series, is going to take care of, it doesn't matter that it matches or not. It does not matter if this green matches perfectly the green that's there. That isn't the purpose. If it matters to you, then make sure that everything matches. But because I'm going to, roundhouses had a lot of repairs done to them over the years, just like, of course, their primary function was to facilitate or be a facility of repair. You may want to get the inside of the doors as well. See again here where some of my mortar color has crept in when I was putting the mortar color on. That's what you want to get in there. That's what you want to cover up, and you got to do it carefully. You don't want to end up having to go back and make touch-ups on your roof and stuff like that. Now, these windows didn't have window glass in them, but they're small enough that you can actually use the microscale crystal clear on them. Just getting near completion now. I've already got the front end, all of the front doors and everything done, painted up. I'm just doing the touch-up on the window castings. None of this is very hard to do. Okay. Like I said, I'm not worried about the fact that we have a mismatch here in the paint color and the green of the plastic. Okay. Got to get these steps here. And that door. And that's almost going to complete it. And we're getting there. Okay, I got quite a bit of mess on that door in there, and you want to take and just kind of cover all that up. One of the things to making a model railroad building look more realistic, of course, the key to it is to paint the building, and this is especially true of plastic buildings. You need to paint the building. Alright. This brings us to a conclusion on okay, that brings this series of Resurrecting the Dinosaurs to a conclusion. And we're going to pick up the roundhouse project again in Weathering 101 when we actually weather the building, and I'm going to show you how that's done. I'm going to show you how to get things like smoke effects on the, as you go into the roundhouse. We're going to have track put in it, and that'll be weathered, and various things. We'll get this building done up right, and that'll probably be in a multi-part series as well. But until next time, happy railroading.